Happy Monday. I'm Wiley, your favorite information scientist. It's story time. And yes, I've been writing today because I got my uniform on. We writing. Okay. During my information science coursework, I wrote about informed consent and this idea of producing a conceptual paper. I'll be honest, I did not feel very confident about doing that on my own. I know, right? I have 17 peer-reviewed publications, and here I am talking to you about confidence. Lean in, okay? I published on data sharing, data management, institutional repositories. I used focus groups. I did interviews. I did content analysis. Solid work. But a conceptual framework, that's different, and this ain't that. So I had learned about colleagues that were doing similar work and thought maybe this should be collaborative. And that choice taught me a lot. What I learned had less to do with publishing and more to do with things like work ethic, power dynamics, interest, capacity, and all the other things that are happening in your life alongside research. That's no shade, that's no tea, that's just real life. And it took a long time to get the piece out. At times, it felt very grueling. Eventually, we submitted to a peer-reviewed journal in October, and yesterday the decision came back. Rejection. One reviewer said yes, but had a whole list of revisions. The other said no, and here's why. That happens. It can happen to anybody. And as I read the decision, I kept asking myself, what did we learn whiling? And what I learned is that trusting yourself matters. That's a lesson that Dr. Marvette Lacey and Qual Scholars always teaches us, and it always comes back up. In a lot of ways, I had to own and sit with the fact that I had not trusted myself. I didn't trust that I could carry the work alone. And I also learned and continue to learn some work is meant for collaboration. Some work is meant to be carried solo. It is important. The lesson is to learn how to tell the difference. And this keeps coming back for me, especially with my dissertation, because I've read the scholarship, I've done the study, and now I have to tell them what I think. And that part feels vulnerable. It feels naked. Academia and the internet, they can hold some things, but some things it can't. And sometimes I want people to tell me that I'm doing it right. And even when they do, I'll be real, I don't believe them. I wonder, what am I missing? Will I get caught out here? Will I get rejected? And here I am studying information science, looking for patterns. And guess who gets to learn today? Me. Is that why the song sure said experience is a teacher, and it takes someone like me to know? I'm the student today. I learned, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, rejection can happen to anyone. I've been rejected before in peer review articles, turned it around and got published, or had to, regroup and rethink. And I don't think it means that any of it is wrong. I wasn't wrong, nor were the collaborators that I work with. And right now, I'm not sure what I'll do with that article because I have other things to do. I have things to do for work, and I got, my dissertation. It all deserves my attention, and I'm trying to defend in March and be on that stage in May. Or as my dad would say, put that dissertation in the rearview mirror. And also, when I think about his lessons or insight, he would say, you pay for your lessons, but your learning is free. And here I am learning. What's the lessons of the day? Learn to trust yourself. Sometimes the work is meant for collaboration. Sometimes it's meant for solo work, and learn the difference. And also, when you shoot your shot and try things like a conceptual framework and you've never done it before, it's okay. We can do hard things. Sometimes it gets rejected. You can go back and regroup and figure it out. Or sometimes you'll come back later. I don't know. Like I said, I think a lot of times what I'm holding is I have a lot of work that was either part of coursework or part of classes that I'm trying to figure out, where does this go in this body of work? And if I see a call for it or have a project, I'm trying to figure out, well, what can I do with that? So it's a lesson. I learned it. So I'm continuing to learn and grow up. And I hope you're having a good day. Thanks for listening to Story Time as I'm out here in these publishing streets. Peace. Take care of yourself. Bye.